Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, we are continuing our Angular CRUD application using Laravel API. So now guys, in this video, we are going to start with how to insert the data into our database using Laravel API. Okay. So guys, we have already seen that how to install the Angular and create the project, how to navigate through the pages in the previous video. Okay. So now let's get started with directly creating the student page and its form for the insertion of data. So now guys, let's get back to the editor. So as simple, now make sure your ng is served, and then let's go to the new bash and just create with the new student create component. Okay, so ng generate component. The I want to go inside the pages, which I have already the pages folder here. Inside that pages, I want to create a student create. Okay, hit enter. So here are my components created. Okay, so now guys, you can just follow here student app pages and student create, and inside that we have a student create.html file. Okay, so now here open and close div, get started with h1 tag, and this tell this as student create page. Okay, save it, and now we want to access this page. So for that you can just go to the app routing.module.ts file, and inside this we are going to add the create a route. Okay, so let us tell students slash create, as simple, and we go to the student create page. Okay, so student create component. Okay, so the pages also is imported, and here tell student create. Let's save. So now guys, let us copy this route and go to the browser and paste it. So let's refresh. You're on this student create page. Awesome. So now guys, let's begin with the form design. So to get back to your student create component where you are moving to the HTML, and here is the HTML file. Done. So let me just show you in the sidebar, as simple. So now guys, add a container, and inside this container, I just want margin top 5. Get started with the card header with the h4 tag where student create, and a simple a tag for the back button. So right now we are going to give the home path, and here router link. Okay, and let's design this button danger, and this should be floating to end. And then guys, after the card header, let's go to the card body, and inside this card body your form starts. So before that, let us check this output. Let's save it and get back, refresh, and here is the output guys. Awesome. And now guys, let us create all the input fields. So what are the input fields we are going to create? So let me just show you in the database. So here is my table guys, which is name, course, email, and 4. These are the 4 columns which we have to create as an input field, and those input data we are going to pass through the API and insert into this database. Okay, so now guys, let's get back to the form. So form, adding a margin bottom 3, a label name, then input dot form hyphen control. Let me just zoom it. So we end this. Then guys, you have to give the name attribute equal to name. This will be the field name, and same way we have to pass the ng model. So ng model, hit enter. So this is a process how it comes. Now you have to pass name. So now guys, same way, let us copy this and paste below for other 4 fields. Course, okay, paste here, and make it small. Done. And email, and then finally the last input, that is phone. Okay, let's paste here phone. Done. And now guys, one more thing we required, a button. Okay, so a simple button which will be save, and let's design this button with the bootstrap class button primary, and this button is going to be a type of submit. All set. So on this button click, we have to do the ng submit. Okay, ng sub mit equal to, and this will be inside a round bracket, and here you have called to a save student function. As simple guys. Now the first step, you have to go back to your the student create component.ts file. Let me show the filing also. Okay, so this is a file, and inside this file we have to specify all the form field names. So here let us tell name colon, which is going to be a string, and then the course colon string, email colon string, and then phone colon string. As simple. So these are the four names which we have to call inside the form. So this will understand. But right now what it is telling here, it is not able to get any data. So for that you can just add this not symbol before each variable. Paste here. All set guys. So we have given all the variables and we get back to the HTML form. So still we are getting the error here. It's telling about the model. So if you going to use ng model or ng submit, you have to import some classes. So you just need to move on the main app.module.ts. Inside this imports, you have to add that classes. Okay, so that is nothing but the forms module. Press tab and imports its class here. Okay, so let me just push this at the top so it should be clear. So now guys, you have imported this form module, and because of this your all unwanted errors goes. Close this file, and then guys, here you just need to copy this function and you need to move to your student create component.ts file, and inside that only you have to create this function. So now guys, when you submit the form, you should get all your input details. So what we'll do, we'll just keep inside one variable. So let's tell var of input data equal to open and close curly brace. And inside this, we are going to tell this will be my name, and then your this dot name. Okay, this dot name is nothing but the variable what you are taken here. So same concept, CV, then go for the course, and this will be email, and finally a phone, phone. So guys, make sure you are passing this the correct name as per the API records. So if you see in my API code, let me just show you. So this is my post of student control where I'm going to save the data. So here are my field names. Okay, here are my input requests. So whatever request I send from there, it reads over here, name, course, email, and phone. This data only will be over there. Okay, so ignore that part guys. If you want to learn about this, how to create a API, then you have to learn through this laravel, and then come back to this. And now let's do the HTTP call request. So guys, what we are going to do, we will be taking a service. From that service, we will be using the HTTP call. So as simple, let's get back to a new terminal. So let's create a service in the Angular ng generate service. Inside the services folder, I am going to create the student and hit enter. So here you see, let us go inside the app, and inside the app you find that service that is your student service. So here will be all your HTTP calls. So let's create one save student function, and here you will get the input data and any we can send, or if you are sure you are sending an object, then you can type the object. Okay, so if you see here, we are sending actually the object on this is an object variable, so you send this, right? You can tell that in the student service, yes, I am sending the object on save student function, and let's return. And here we are going to call the http client. So before that, you need to import that http client in your app module.ts. So let's go to app.module.ts file. Inside that, here we are going to import the http client module. So just use comma and add that http client CLI client module. And now you need to import this, copy this and import. Use import open and close curly brace, and this will be importing from the Angular common HTTP, and you need to, and now you can use this HTTP client module inside your any pages. So now you can get back on the service. So we are going to use service, right? So here now in the constructor, let's call that HTTP client. So just use private HTTP client colon the HTTP client, hit tab. So here is the HTTP client imported, and then you use this HTTP client for the request. So this dot HTTP client dot the post method. So we are going to save the data, right? So we'll be using post method to save the data. Okay, so why I'm facing this error? Oops. So here you see I have pasted inside the wrong. It should be inside the constructor function, guys. Okay, not inside the curly brace. As simple. And here tilde symbol and get the API URL. So my API for this route. So here you find this students on the post method. It goes with the students. So you have to paste the complete URL. So right now I will just check out on the browser. I have already served the URL, guys. So you can just copy this complete URL, get back and paste here. So perfect. And with this only we'll be sending the data. So what is that data? It's the input. Okay. So here you copy this input data and send it. That's it, guys. All set. Let's save it. And now you can get back to the form. So on the student create component.ts file, here you call your service. So you have to create a constructor, open and close bracket and open and close curly brace. So now guys, inside this constructor, you call your student service. What service you have created here? Okay. So let's tell private, that is student service colon the student service. Okay. Student service. Perfect. So here if you see that it is imported on the correct file, let us just go to that path. So here you find, okay. So now guys, you can just get back again and done. So let's copy this, and here let's begin with this dot student service dot the function name. So it's already suggesting it, that is to save student function dot subscribe function, and here inside the subscribe open and close curly brace and use next colon function and open and close. So guys, this is a new updated in the HTTP subscribe. Okay. So now here you get for the error colon open and close function, open and close curly brace. So here you pass the error and this will be a response. So res response. So whatever response you get, you just need to console.log here. So response, and what kind of response you'll be getting, I don't know what kind of response I get. So I just put any, and what kind of error also I get in the response, I don't know. So I'll put any here. And now guys, in this inside the save student function, it is asking for some data over here. So what data? That is nothing but our input data. We take that and pass it inside this function, and this student save student function goes to the student service, which is calling that HTTP client post request. Okay, so now get back and copy this and paste inside the error also. So let's tell err error, comma, here these are errors and this is the your response. So response. Okay, let's save it. So now guys, you get back and refresh here and make sure you inspect your console log. And now if I click on directly on save, let's see what happens. Click save. So here you face guys that the post request of this URL is 422. Okay, unprocessable content. So which means it's telling all the input field is required. So I'll just show you in that. If you go inside your network and just move to that student, you find that errors. Okay, so this is the errors and you might see in the console log also that is your errors, which is the, and here inside that error and errors. So we need to get error dot errors and then all the column field names. So as simple, let's get back here, error dot errors. Okay, so we need to keep this in one variable, so we'll tell this dot errors, errors, and here we paste. So now you need to create one array for this. Let's get back on the top, error colon any kind of data it might be, and it should be a array. As simple guys. And now you use this inside this dot errors and get all the error list. As simple guys. And now let us just use this inside the HTML form to view the error list. Okay, so go to your student, create component.html file, and just below your input tag use a span tag, and inside that span tag ng if condition. So this will be errors dot name, and let's copy this and you need to show inside open and close curly brace error dot name, and here let's use a text danger and let's paste here same thing for the course, paste it, paste it. Let's copy again for the email, let's copy paste, paste, same for the phone, copy, paste and paste. Save it guys. Now let's get back and refresh once and click on save button. So if I click here, you find that the name field is required, the course is required. Perfect. And now if you type anything, click here save, so it goes the error also. Okay, now guys, let us submit with the correct data. Let's enter Om Prakash BCA om@gmail.com. Here 10-digit phone number. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. And now let's click on save. So what will be the response? So here you see guys that we have got the response in the console log, and in that you have got the message that is student created successfully. So guys, once this record is created, we want to empty all these fields and I'll show the alert message. So for that you can just get back and move to the component.ts file. So here inside this success, just use the alert function, response dot message, and once the data is saved, we need to clear the input field. This dot name equal to null. As simple. Same way guys for all other fields, which is course, email and phone. Save it. All done guys, and let me just show you with one more saving record. So before saving one new record, I just wanted to set a loader type. Okay, so when I click on this save button, it should show that it is saving and it should show a loading option. So for that guys, you can just use a simple spinner from the get bootstrap. Let's go to the docs and here spinner. So here is the design guys, so we are going to use this. So what we can do, let us create a component. Okay, so we can use it in the further CRUD. Okay, so ng generate component space, and you go inside the pages partial. Inside this partial, I want to keep that loaded. So pages forward slash partials forward slash the loader. Hit enter. Okay, so we go inside the partials, we have that loader. Awesome. So let's go on this component.ts file and paste it, the HTML code. Let's paste here. All done. And here you pass a title, guys. So if we send a custom title, so that time it should show what title we have passed. To access this title, you have to go to your loader, and inside this you just need to paste that title colon, it is a string. So let's mention that it is a string equal to, inside single quotes, let's tell loading. So by default we'll keep the loading only, and you can get back again here and just add dot dot dot. Okay, so we are setting this by default loading. And now guys, you can get back on the student create component.html file, and before this form submit, let's create one div tag. Open and close div. Use ngIf. Okay, ngIf where is loading. Okay, when it is loading, you are going to call your loader component. So just use app hyphen then the component name, that is your loader. Okay, and this loader. So if you want to pass the title, you can just add a colon title here. Okay, equal to the custom title. Okay, so I will mention loading title. And now guys, here I just want to add the else condition also. Okay, so just give semicolon, use else, and this will be your else block. Okay, not block, else, let's keep it else form. Okay, and now you have to use a ng template. Let me break this. So we are just going to remove everything, we don't need these things. Just use hashtag and paste that else form. Okay, and now you paste the complete form inside your ng template. And now what you have to do, we have to create this is loading and loading title variable inside your student create component.ts file. So let's move on the top, and here I tell that is loading colon, which is going to be a boolean equal to, so by default it will be false. And now you copy this and just go below. So when the student save is clicked, that time this dot is loading is going to be true. Okay, once it is success, you are going to tell is loading will be false. Okay, make sure you are doing after clearing the data. Same with the error part also. So here, once the display error and set it to false. As simple. Let's save. And now guys, let us check this output. So before checking the output, we are missing one more thing, that is your loading title. Okay, so let's copy this loading title and get back here. So once this save student is clicked, this dot loading title equal to, inside single quotes you mention that it is saving. Okay, I think we did not create a variable. Let's create that also. Loading title colon equal to string. By default we will set it to loading itself. Okay, let's save it. And now let's get back. So yep, once refresh, and now I'm directly going to click on save. So here you see the loading shows perfect. So I see one extra bracket, I don't know where this is. Let me just check out. Let's go on the HTML. So here you see guys that extra thing, let me remove that. Okay, all set, let us save, and it has gone. Awesome. So yep guys, so guys, we have successfully seen that how to insert the data into a database using Laravel API in Angular. So let me just show you in the database. Awesome. Okay, So guys, in this video, that's it. And let's continue in the next video how to fetch this data from your database inside your Angular CRUD application with the API. Okay. So now guys, in this video, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and share.